Sloppy creation and the sacred art of yapping. Let's get into it. Sloppy creation is creating authentically without trying to be perfect, without needing every circumstance to line up perfectly in order for you to create. It's beginning now, without exactly knowing where it's going to take you. Just like this video, the sacred art of yapping, setting up the phone and just beginning to yap, trusting that there is something valuable within you, and that when you make the space for it to come through, it will come through. I call this a sacred art because it requires a creative mindset. You have to start thinking like a creator and not like a consumer. A consumer is a doomer. A creator is an elator. Because when you create, you can bring elation, not only to yourself, but to other people. And yapping, the sacred art of yapping, is one of the most beautiful ways to do that. Because you're just bringing your raw, authentic energy in the moment. Just you, how you are. Not trying to be anything. Not trying to fit into anybody's boxed in perception of who you should be. This is deep inner work because you come face to face with yourself. Here I am looking at myself in the camera. And in a way, I'm looking at you. I'm speaking to you. But before I can even speak to you, I have to speak to myself. In fact, anything that I think or say to someone else, I'm thinking within myself first. I'm saying to myself first. Your subconscious mind cannot take a joke. It doesn't discriminate between constructive or destructive thoughts. What you feed your mind consistently over time is what your mind then creates. That's why they say thoughts create your reality. The overall dominating thoughts are what become your reality. And in particular, the thoughts that are combined with emotion. It is the thought of the conscious mind combined with the emotion, the felt sense in the body, that then translates the thought into the subconscious, and then the subconscious creates that for you. It attracts the people, the circumstances, the situations, the opportunities, or the lack thereof, based upon the dominating thoughts that you place upon it, that you impress upon it, combined with emotion, and combined with your faith in the power of the subconscious mind and your desire to accomplish something. So when you start creating and expressing in a way that is imperfect, in a way that is sloppy, without worrying what other people are going to think about it, you are overcoming that voice in yourself that says that it's not good enough. You're overcoming the inner critic. You don't overcome the inner critic necessarily by just sitting and doing breath work. You do it by facing it head on. This is an act of facing it head on. And you're only going to get good at it, just like anything, by doing it. You don't learn to ride a bike by reading about how to ride a bike. You don't understand the experience of swimming in the ocean by reading about swimming in the ocean. You have to go swim in the ocean. You have to get on the bike. You have to set the phone camera up and start yapping and start creating. You don't have to worry if it's not perfect. Same thing with riding the bike. You might not get it the first few tries, but eventually it clicks. And then once you know how to do it, it's just like riding a bike, setting up this phone. I've done it so many times before. There might be an uncertainty. When I first put the phone on, what am I going to say? What are people going to think about me? Someone might be like, put a shirt on. Why don't you have a shirt? Because I don't feel like wearing a shirt right now. I wasn't wearing a shirt already. This is just spur of the moment. And I made a deal with myself to make a video like this and post it every Monday. Today's Tuesday. I missed it yesterday. Had some other things come up. So I'm showing up today. I'm showing up with full presence. I'm here. I'm locked in with you. And I am yapping. And from this yapping, value is being communicated. I've already expressed immense value in the first 5 minutes, 6 minutes of this recording. I've already expressed to you that the thoughts combined with the feeling, combined with the faith, combined with the desire that you impress upon your subconscious is what must appear in your reality. So you have to begin to audit yourself and see what kind of dominating thoughts am I impregnating my subconscious mind with, because that's what's going to birth into my reality. If I'm speaking negatively about myself, then that's what I'm going to attract more of. And so the same thing goes with creation and with the sacred art of yapping, that if you keep blocking yourself and stopping yourself every time a creative idea comes through, out of the need for it to be perfect, out of the fear of what other people might think, out of the imposter syndrome of I don't know enough to speak on this, or I'm not embodied enough, or I'm not good enough at this, I need to learn more. That is a trap that you set for yourself. The need to become more prepared. At a certain point, preparation, it crosses this fine line where now it's an escape. You need to be prepared. You need to study up, right? I'm able to talk about these things because I've been studying up. They're fresh in my mind. I've been reading books and listening to videos and studying these topics and living these topics, living embodied in these topics for years. That's why I feel confident enough to put this phone up, because I know that there's value in here. I know that I'm sitting on gold. And what I'm telling you is that you are also sitting on gold. You have learned enough. You have experienced enough. It's not to say that you should stop learning. It's not to say that you should stop experiencing. You need to keep expanding. You need to keep experiencing. You need to keep expanding your worldview and studying and learning more. But it doesn't mean you can't start now. You don't have to be perfect. Nobody is. You don't have to have it all figured out. The perfect circumstances don't need to be lined up in order for you to start right now. What is stopping you from setting up your phone and beginning to yap? What is stopping you from sloppy creation is perfectionism. It's the fear of being judged. And what I'm telling you is that you are judging yourself before anyone else is. And what are you then impressing upon your subconscious? That you're not good enough, that you can't do this, that eventually, right? Eventually you'll be ready. Eventually you'll be able to do it. So you just keep putting it off. It's like this idea of the full body yes. People will not act on something because they feel a fear contraction in their body. And they'll say, oh, well, it's not a full body yes. It's not a fuck body yes. It's not a fuck yes yet. So I'll wait until that, or I'll wait for the thing that is a fuck yes. But what if there's something that you actually feel called to do, and you're mistaking the lack of a full body yes for the fear contraction in your body? The fear contraction occurs when you are about to expand. There is a contraction before the expansion, like pulling back the slingshot. If you want to launch yourself up to new success, you got to draw back first. The lotus roots into the mud. It goes down into the mud, into the dark. From the dark, that spark of life occurs and it sprouts up to the sun. And these are metaphors, of course, but you are not so different. It is in the darkness within you that you will find the brightest light. So you need to be willing to go into that dark, into that fear, into that uncertainty, into that discomfort in order to sprout, in order to grow, in order to reach the light, in order to find the treasure within you, the gold. The gold is just waiting to be brought forth. And it's like that beautiful quote from the Gospel of Thomas, and I'm going to butcher it, but if you do not bring forth what is within you, it will destroy you. If you do bring forth what is within you, it will save you. This is one of the most important quotes for all creators to consider. You have something beautiful within you. And when I say all creators, I mean all humans. We're all creative beings. We all possess the creative life potential. Life itself is creative. Look around you at the creation. It's always creating. There's always new things. There's always new and beautiful things for you to notice. New ideas coming through you for you to create. And I'm calling you forward to stop stuffing the ideas that are coming through you now down. Sometimes you need to dig through the dirt to get to the diamond, to get to the gold, right? So likewise, you need to sift through the ideas, the creations, share your process, document your process, don't overthink it. Be willing to come here and put the reps in and express yourself, and you will get better at it. You will become more comfortable. The area that was once discomfort, you will expand into, and it will become more comfortable. But that's not going to happen unless you begin. You have to start somewhere. Why not here? You're going to keep putting it off, out of the fear, out of the contraction feeling. This is the mistake when it comes to following the intuition, to following the heart. You are mistaking the contraction of fear in your body for your intuition saying not to do something. But what if it's the opposite? What if it's love? What if it's following the path of love that is the path that goes into the fear? And it's the path of fear that stays safe. Think about this for a moment. The path of fear is keeping you safe. The fear of creating, the fear of expressing yourself, the fear of what other people might say, the fear of your own judgment cast upon yourself. You're letting all of these fears dictate your life, where you really just need to dive into them. And what is fear? Fear is false evidence appearing real. So when you face the fear, you find out, okay, this isn't so bad. This isn't so bad. I mean, I'm still here, okay? 13 minutes in or so, 14 minutes in, I'm still here. I'm still yapping somehow. It's a miracle. I didn't know what I was gonna say. I sat and I thought, I'm teaching about sloppy creation and the sacred art of yapping in the first week of my mentorship, the Multidimensional Artist. This topic is fresh in me, so I'm just gonna let it rip. So what can you talk about naturally for hours and hours on end right now? Everyone has something. Everyone has something that they can just talk about. There's something right now that's alive enough for you that you can do it. It's just a matter of getting past these restrictions, these limiting beliefs that you have on yourself. I mean, part of it is probably you're afraid of being too much. I had a brother reach out to me and say, can you remove me from your email list? You're sending out too many emails. And that may be true for him, and that's okay. But then that's not really my ideal client, right? That's not the person I'm calling in. Anyone that I appear to be too much for, That's not really who I'm speaking to. I'm speaking to the people who can't get enough, who are receiving those emails and they want more, who are seeing my posts every day or seeing my YouTube videos every week and they want to learn more. That is who I'm speaking to. That's who you're going to speak to. You're never too much. You're never too much. And you're never not enough either. But I'm telling you, there's something valuable in you getting beyond this fear and these limiting beliefs that are holding you back from expressing yourself in a sloppy, imperfect way. The sacred art of yapping is a profound way to look at it, because it is a sacred responsibility for you to bring forth what is within you. Going back to that Gospel of Thomas quote, if you don't, it will destroy you. Why is this? How is this so? That if you don't express your art, your creations, your ideas, your truth, that it will destroy you? There's a few ways to look at this. So for one thing, you feel this energy bubbling up within your heart, and it wants to come out through the throat chakra and be emanated into the world. That is its natural path. Instead, what you are doing is you are stuffing it down into your solar plexus. This is why you feel this anxiety. This is where that fear contraction is coming from. This is where the feeling of overwhelm is coming from. This is where the overthinking is coming from, because you're taking your ideas and expression that wants to come out into the world. You're stuffing it down here, and it's building up like this ball of energy, and it's all these thoughts, and it's swirling around in your body, and the energy is stuck inside your body. You're not letting it go. And then new ideas are coming through. New ideas, new creations are coming through. They're all stacking up. They're all snowballing. This bigger and bigger ball of energy, of unfinished work. And that creates overwhelm, and that creates anxiety, and that leads to overthinking. And the overthinking leads to you distracting yourself and not acting on any of it. So instead of creating anything, like not even one thing, you suppress it and you distract yourself, and then you consume. And when you consume, you're in doom. Not always. There's nothing wrong with consuming beautiful art and creations and knowledge and wisdom from other people, right? That's what we're here. We're here to learn and experience and grow with each other. I don't think there's anything wrong with you consuming this video. I really hope that it provides you with value and inspiration. And this is the Renaissance. It's you stepping into that too. This is how we shape the culture. This is how we change the world. It's by bringing forth what is within us, because we change our world, and we release all of that tension that's building up in the form of energy, of all these ideas and thoughts and creations that we're not allowing ourselves to release into the world. You're overwhelmed because you're holding back. You don't have a lack of ideas. You're just not trusting in the ideas that you have. You need to let this stuff out in some way. We as humans, we long to be witnessed. We long to be seen. We long for true communion with one another, true connection. So if you're going to be on social media at all, if you're going to be on YouTube, any of these platforms, why not add something to it? I'm telling you, you are a creator. You are an artist. It is your sacred responsibility to bring forth what is within you into the world. And if you don't, it is going to lead to this anxiety, which is going to eat you up from the inside out. I have released over 100 songs, and I have not released probably over 1,000 songs. And I feel that. I feel that almost anxiety, that pressure around what I haven't released. And I look back at some of it and I'm like, why? Why didn't I just drop the song when I wrote it? Because it was a perfect representation of where I was when I wrote it. It's like I wanted certain songs to have the perfect rollout, or I was afraid what people might think of certain songs. It's like, why did some songs make it through and other ones didn't? Was it just a time thing? It's not that I can't release those songs. It's that there's new songs coming in every day. And the songs that come in now, they reflect where I'm at right now. I feel more comfortable or aligned to release them. But I think the trap that a lot of people get in is you have this buildup of all this old stuff that you never released, that you never shared, and you feel like you want to share things in order, perhaps. Like you want to get that old stuff out first, and then you'll get to the new stuff. But that is like this endless vicious cycle, because new stuff is going to keep coming through. Because this channel is open, right? You're receiving from all directions. All sorts of things inspire you. So you have all these creative ideas and creations and artwork and business ideas and books and things that you want to write, things that you want to share with the world. I want to urge you, and this is like an accountability measure for myself as well, is like, just start putting it all out. Put out what's fresh and real and raw right now, and also make the time to like go back into that old stuff and just release it. Just let it go. It doesn't need to be perfect, man. I just released an album recently called Broken Hearted Mystic, and it took me a little less than 4 months to create this album. And for sure, there's things that I could have changed, things that I could have tightened up more, things that I could have polished and made more perfect. But the beauty of it is that it's raw. It's raw emotion. A lot of what you hear in those songs are like the first take, because it was just real, raw emotion being recorded and tracked in that moment that I was going through whatever I was singing about. In that case, heartbreak. I could still be working on that album if I didn't have the attitude I have about it today. And then I would still be stuck, this is a key point, I'd still be stuck in processing those emotions. But in creating it and releasing it, I get to actually transmute what I'm feeling. I give it to the world. It positively impacts other people. Like I literally receive messages from people saying thank you. You know, this one song really like brought healing to my heart. I just went through a really intense breakup too, and this was really healing to listen to. Or you got this 40-year-old man in Kansas on a dirt bike crying listening to your music. Like, you never know who you're going to impact, but if you hold it back, you're gonna hurt yourself. You're gonna destroy yourself, and you're keeping the medicine from the people who need it. And that's just selfish at that point. Like, you're literally letting your ego get in the way of sharing something valuable. Look at this from a zoomed out perspective. It's not that big of a deal if you put something out there and it's not liked. I mean, what are the worst things that can happen is either you put it out and people don't like it and you get criticized, or you put it out and nobody sees it, but no one cares. Okay, so let's take a moment and look at these things specifically. If you put it out and people criticize it, first of all, if you put it out and people criticize it, you're going to have people who appreciate it too. That's just how the law of polarity works. If someone hates something, there's definitely someone who loves it as well. So don't worry about the people who hate it. Do it for the people who love it. Do it for yourself. And then if no one sees it, okay, well, it's between you and God. And you never know who might see it eventually. Right? I have songs that I put out years ago that people still discover today. A song that I put out years ago could end up on a playlist and blow me up. You never know. I've built up a discography, so when a new fan finds my music, it's kind of exciting. It's like they uncover this whole treasure chest of like, wow, look at all this whole world that I can dive into. And my world is not just my music, right? There's a whole YouTube of me teaching and expressing myself like this. There's an Instagram page with 3,500 posts. That's insane. 3,000 sayings in the Psalms of Solomon. 3,500 Instagram posts of Abu Shadi. And not to compare myself to anyone or anything like that, but just to say, like, you have so much within you, and it's almost a shame to hold it back out of thinking that you need to have all the perfect pieces together in order to do it. This is almost effortless. And that's the whole idea of sloppy creation and the sacred art of yapping. It's meant to be effortless. It's meant to be something that doesn't require much thought. But what it does create is expression. What it does create is connection. Authenticity is one of the most powerful currencies in our world. Being authentic is how you connect with your people. And to have these platforms, these tools available where you can put your authenticity out into the world and attract people all around the world, that is a gift. It can be a curse if you're stuck in consumption and overwhelm and being blocked by your fears of sharing and being seen. And it can also be a curse if you're using it to validate yourself, if you need the external validation. So my prescription for you, my diagnosis, is feel love in yourself. Feel whole and complete in yourself. No matter what you are feeling or experiencing, no matter what you're going through, have one leg in the eternal, one foot grounded in the eternal, one foot grounded in the human experience, immersed in the human experience. Or maybe we could say both feet in the eternal and both feet in the human experience simultaneously. Walk in the razor's edge, where you recognize at the deepest level, all is one. All is one energy. All is self. All is God. All is mind. It's all happening in the mind of God, which is not separate from your own consciousness. So ground yourself in that reality and then allow yourself to be fully immersed in the human experience and express your consciousness through the lens of your unique human experience. And it is going to be healing for other people, and it is going to be healing for your own human. You never know who you're going to impact. And here we are. Sacred Art of Yapping is complete for today. The lesson is complete. If you'd like to study a bit more with me, more closely, if you're seeing this as it comes out, the Multidimensional Artist, which is my 6-week accelerator to help artists with, this piece that we've spoken on today, but also building your brand, building a niche around you, around who you are. So not needing to choose a category, but getting to express all of what you are, creating a multidimensional offer that you can deliver to people so you can provide even deeper value than the surface level videos and posts. And so you can not only make an impact, but also make an income, being who you are and doing what you love. We're beginning our opening ceremony call on June 15th. Applications are open, and there are some spots open as well. So if that sounds interesting to you, check out the link in the description of the video. If you are watching this at a later time, there will likely be another link either to my email list or to a waiting list for the next intake. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart for being here, for watching, for listening, and I hope this inspires you to start on your path of authentic and sloppy creation, and to just set your phone up and yap, for it is your sacred responsibility. And this moment will never come again, and whatever is coming through you now will never come through you again or anybody else in the same way. So claim it, own it, be the love. I believe in you. I love you. Thank you. Peace. Ciao for now.